welcome. You're watching Morning Markets on Money9, India's first multilingual platform for personal finance from TV9 News Network. I'm Sakshi Batra, and here on this show, we are going to give you all the key updates that you need to begin your trading day right. Well, so far, if you see, the Indian markets have had a weak run as far as this week is concerned. We have seen a gap up opening throughout the trading sessions in this week, but those gap ups could not sustain. And yesterday, we actually saw one of the first, deep corrections after the March correction that we have seen in this week. If you see, Sensex has already lost about 2,000 odd points, and investors have actually lost a wealth of around 8 lakh crore rupees. A sea of red was seen in yesterday's trading session. From the benchmarks to the broader indices, all actually shut shop in the red, losing over 1.5%, and that's up on your screens. The Sensex could not sustain above the 50,000 level yesterday. It closed with losses of about 585 points, 49,216. That's the level at which the Sensex closed. The Nifty 50 also closed below the 15,000 level, losing about 160 points. 14,557 was the closing level for the Nifty 50. When you talk about the Nifty Bank thereof, 372 points lost there, over 1% cut for this one, and 34,000 has also been breached on the downside. So it's the banks and the financials that are feeling the heat right now, whether it is with respect to the global factors or domestic factors. We'll take a look at that as well. The mid-cap and the small-cap indices, both of them underperforming the markets in yesterday's trading session. 1.5% downtick for the small-cap index, 1.3% downtick for the mid-cap index as well. So what is spooking the street right now? There are a few concerns. Of course, yesterday, primarily, it was the continuous rise in the US bond yields, and that happened despite the dovish commentary, the positive commentary for the markets when you talk about the US Fed decisions that have come about. So, of course, the decisions led to an opening in the US markets in previous session in the green. This sustained the green momentum for a long time. But the US futures turned red soon after the US bond yields, the 10-year Treasury yields, spiked above the 1.7% level as well. And there, after that, you've seen not just the futures, but overnight trading session. All the indices of the US markets, be it Dow Jones, S&P 500, NASDAQ, all of them turning into a sea of red. 0.5% lost for the Dow Jones, 1.5% lost for the S&P 500. And NASDAQ felt the pinch, a 3% cut for the NASDAQ. So most of the sensitive stocks which were listed on the NASDAQ did feel the heat of the US bond yields really rising over there. 409 points cut for the NASDAQ. And you can actually see all of this also reflecting in the Asian markets in today's early morning trade as well. A sea of red there as well. 1% cut for the Shanghai, 1.3% cut for the Hang Seng, and 0.88% lost for the Japanese index Nikkei 225. So all in all, if you see, the global sentiment is still too much, and this is also reflecting in the Singaporean Nifty index, which is also indicating a weak start for the Indian markets today. 14,503. So that's a cut of about 0.6% that we may be able to see in the opening trade or opening tick, the first tick in today's trading session for the Nifty. So it is going to be another weak start. Of course, it's going to be a reversal of trend as well. You have been seeing thus far 7-8 consecutive sessions when we've had a gap up start, looking at the positive sentiments of across the globe, but those gap ups were sold into towards the end of the session. Today, it will be a weak start. The last trading session of this week will have a red start. We'll just have to wait to watch out to find out how much more correction is the market going to see. Is it a healthy correction? Is it a correction that the investors should be worried about? All of those questions will be important, and we will ask these questions for you on behalf of you to all the experts who join us on Money9 throughout the trading session today. So do stay tuned onto us, onto Money9, so that you can understand the complete way how the markets are going to move from henceforth. Now, rupee is trading at 72.5 against the dollar. That's flat with a positive bias. Looking at crude oil prices, again, some uptick over there, slight upticks of 0.35%, $63.5 to the barrel for the Brent crude. The WTI crude is also inched up slightly, marginally at $60 to the barrel right now as far as the US crude is concerned. Moving on to the stocks to watch. Now, Deepak Nitrite is another counter that you need to watch out for today. CRISIL has upgraded the long-term rating outlook for the bank loan facilities of 750 crore rupees. From it has now jumped up to AA/stable now. You may see some reversal because of this news on Deepak Nitrite counter today. Another stock that you should watch out for is GAIL India. Remember, this stock has been under pressure lately, but GAIL and Ranchi Municipal have signed an agreement for setting up a compressed biogas plant in Ranchi. So we'll just have to see, because the contours will be important to find out how much more addition is it going to have in terms of the financials for this stock as well. So far, sideways trade is what we can see today, because the overall sentiment is going to be weak, even if the individual stock news is positive. We'll just have to see. Only if it is overtly positive will some stock react in the green. ICRA has assigned an AA rating to the company's proposed issue of non-convertible debentures of up to 1,500 crore rupees. 0.5% uptick was seen yesterday. We may just expect some uptick even coming in today after this news as well. Hathway Cable and Datacom, 3.5% downtick was seen. Now, company is disposing of 50% of its stake in Net9 Online Hathway, which is a JV, and will get about 99 lakh rupees after selling. So money coming in, it's going to be positive for the company. We'll just have to see whether that translates into a positive uptick in today's trading session for this stock as well. Moving on to the new listing that will happen today. It is the IPO rush. We have been completely talking to you about the rush of IPOs, which IPOs are going to be important for the investors to watch out for. Easy Trip Planners, that had opened its IPO last week, has got a good response. 159 times it was subscribed, and the issue was actually open from March 8 to March 10. It is going to be listing today. We are going to be seeing whether the company will have a premium listing or not. All of those updates will be important to watch out for, and we'll keep giving you all of those updates on our social media platforms as well. So to understand whether post-listing it will be prudent for you to invest in it, do stay logged on to Money9. We will keep getting you all the expert views as well on that. Now, as far as the stock recommendations are concerned, I won't be surprised if most of the experts are recommending short side stocks to all the investors and viewers today. Look at Nirav Chera's first call from the steel space, which has been losing its sheen off late. JSW Steel, which had a good run up, but now it may have some slippage there. Target price that he has recommended is 390, whereas the stop loss on the upside you can maintain at 440 rupees per share. आगे बढ़ते हैं और देखते हैं अगला स्टॉक कौन सा है. फार्मा स्पेस है. सन फार्मा में थोड़ा वीकनेस देखने को मिल सकती है. कल के सेशन में भी 2% तक के आसपास की वीकनेस थी. टारगेट प्राइस जो यहां पर नीरव ने रेकमेंड किया है वो 545 का है. ऊपर में स्टॉप लॉस आप 590 रुपीज का रखकर चल सकते हैं. आगे बढ़ते हैं और टेक महिंद्रा के ऊपर नजर डालते हैं. यहां पर टारगेट प्राइस यहां पर सेल साइड पे है 960 का. ऊपर में आप स्टॉप लॉस 1020 का रख सकते हैं. कल के ट्रेडिंग सेशन में भी 2.5% तक की वीकनेस देखने को मिली थी और आगे भी यहां पर वीकनेस एक्सटेंड होती हुई नजर आ सकती है. आगे बढ़े तो बैंकिंग स्पेस से श्रीकांत चौहान का मानना है आईसीआईसीआई बैंक में आप शॉर्ट करके चल सकते हैं. टारगेट प्राइस यहां पर 565 का दिया है. ऊपर में स्टॉप लॉस 590 रुपीज का आपको मेंटेन करके चलना है. आगे बढ़े तो श्रीकांत का मानना है टाइटन कंपनी में भी अब थोड़ी वीकनेस देखने को मिल सकती है जोरदार रनअप के बाद, और शॉर्ट कर सकते हैं आप. यहां पर टारगेट प्राइस रखिए 1400 रुपए का और ऊपर में 1500 का आप टारगेट लेकर चल सकते हैं, स्टॉप लॉस लेकर चल सकते हैं. श्रीकांत चौहान ने हालांकि एक जो स्टॉक दिया है वो बाय लिस्ट में भी दिया है और ये पावर स्पेस से टाटा पावर के ऊपर है. खरीदारी की राय है. यहाँ पर टारगेट प्राइस उन्होंने 107 रुपए का रखा है. स्टॉप लॉस आप मेंटेन कर सकते हैं 97 रुपीज का. तो ये 6 कॉल्स आपको मिल चुकी हैं आज के ट्रेडिंग सेशन के लिए. ज्यादातर कॉल्स जो हैं शॉर्ट साइड पर हैं. हालांकि जो लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर्स हैं उनके लिए ज्यादातर एक्सपर्ट्स मानते हैं कि इन करेक्शंस को क्वालिटी नेम्स को एड ऑन करने की राय दे रहे हैं, क्योंकि अंडरलाइन जो बुलिश ट्रेंड है वो अभी भी सस्टेन्ड है. ज्यादातर एक्सपर्ट्स का यही मानना है. फिलहाल के लिए आज के लिए क्या कमेंट्री होती है एक्सपर्ट्स की, ये हम आपके साथ लगातार बताते रहेंगे आपको. तो आप जुड़े रहिए हमारे साथ Money9 पर.